Hey, Ronnie Olson, coach of the Shady Spring Tigers. And Ronnie, was kind of tonight reminiscent of so many games here, but it wasn't. I mean, you were playing a number 8 team, 6-3. Winfield coming out of the Logan Fieldhouse last week with a victory. Not many people can do that, and yet you doubled them up.
Yeah, finally our offense started coming around. I mean, when we started hitting shots like that, I mean, Cole hit a couple there, Braden hit a couple. I mean, that's a barrage. If you ever felt like a barrage, that was a barrage of, we were turning them over.
You had 6 threes, and you had 7 turnovers, 6 led to basket. So
that is tough to deal with, and that's not always going to happen. But if we start pushing that and start turning people over, and then not only turning people over, but the big thing is scoring off of turnovers and not empty possessions. And I thought the big difference tonight was no empty possessions, and we really dictated tempo times 2 on that.
do you think maybe the lack of scoring by your standards, you've been averaging over 70 the last 2 years, is a result of playing maybe better competition, but the defense is the one thing that can't change?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not going to get up and down the floor on the break. We play quicker teams that get back. You know what I mean? And it's hard to push. We push the break a lot, and teams are set because they're just as fast as us. So we played really good, disciplined and athletic teams that have been able to kind of stop us in transition, and then on the half court as well. So that is a big part of why we haven't been able to score. But we're still happy where we're at.
Surprised by the final?
I am, but I really felt like our guys were due to play this well. I mean, you look back to the last couple of years, we have a bunch of games like this, and hey, where else to do it but at Dave Wills Gymnasium in Shady Spring, West Virginia. Home opener.
It's been a while.
I really feel like we have been on a sabbatical, So we're back, and gosh, it was so good to hear everybody saying it's good to be home. They're excited we're back, and that made me feel good. It made the guys feel good, and they played like they played with a purpose, and they wanted to make everybody proud. And that was Shady Spring basketball tonight for sure.
One thing that kind of resonated was you got those 6-7 turnovers in the first quarter. Your last couple of baskets by the reserves scored off steals, turnovers, which led to baskets.
Yep.
So that kind of encapsulates exactly what you're all about, right? Even when you're not scoring, this is what I think you always preach. Nobody probably listens because you're averaging 76 a game. This is it, right?
This is it. I mean, from the first guy to the last guy on the bench, and I coach just as hard as I do when the first guy is the last guy, and they play just as hard as the first guys, and you can see that. Our defense turns into offense, and I love to see it transition from our first man to our 6th man to our 7th man to our 15th man, and they, that they're a true reflection of what we stand for here, and I'm proud of them.
I don't think I know the answer. I'll ask anyway. Were you a little concerned when you were 2-3, 3-2, 3-3? And then you come off the Jameson road game where you got a 15-point half, and you had 15 points in the first 1 minute of the night.
We started well versus Morgantown. I was a tad bit concerned about our offense. We weren't sharing the ball like we used to, and we really talked as a team. These guys want to win, and we sat down and talked about, hey, how can we get better on the offensive end? They don't just want to sit there and be like, they knew that wasn't working, and they knew the style of play on the offensive end was not being successful. So we worked on it. We talked about it. We discussed how to improve. We practiced it, and then we put it out there in a game. And I think you literally could look from the last week. Each game, our offense has improved, and our break and our sets and the way we take care of the ball, and that's really a testament to them because they bought into wanting to improve on the offensive end. They always want to improve on the defensive end, but now they want to improve on the offensive end as well. And I always put that last in preseason. I do, and maybe I need to learn to do a better job of waiting it out. But I like where we're at right now.
I think you're setting your first 6. Are people still vying to get into the rotation?
Oh, absolutely. I told them after the game, I said, guys, I'm still trying to, tweak our lineups. There's different games. We need to go guard heavy, and Jack is going to be the first one in. If we need to get some rebounds and steals and play some tough guys underneath and outside, we're going to go Sam and Gavin.
So you're you're happy with 8.
Yeah,
Are there guys going to try to get?
Yeah, and Kai still. All those guys, Kai, they can all still try to work their way in. But I'm not sold on our rotations yet. So it's up to them. It's going to be a game-by-game basis, and hopefully, just like our starters, our bench players can accept their roles as well, because it's going to be different from game to game. Our guards, we might be guard heavy, and then we might play big heavy. So we can't go a smaller lineup versus Morgantown. So I'm proud of where the bench is at as well. I like playing 8. And I know the minutes are a little different than some of them like, but I'm proud of their acceptance of the roles.
With all due respect to all the great teams you still got on your schedule, maybe the toughest one you got coming up might be this Friday.
Yeah, that's going to be tough, and we have that one circled because they've given us fits the last couple of years. The way their offense runs, the way that they can penetrate and kick and dish, and they're smart. They run great sets, and they can all shoot it. So they almost beat us over here, So I know they're one. I personally think, and I've said this, I thought they were on the cusp of being a state tournament team, busting into on the scene last year. They didn't. I think this year is going to be their year that they, however it is, win the section, lose the section, because that's a tough section with Woodrow and Princeton. But
a little bit like your team too.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they can go 10.
They can, and they can make a run deep. So I love that we're playing them Friday. This is going to be rocking again. Everybody's excited for that game. They're a good team, and I'm excited for the matchup Friday.
Did Amar catch a cramp there?
He did. He caught a cramp. He's got to drink some more water. So, but he's fine. He's ready to go.
All right, Ronnie, appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Yep.